Welcome to HeadKick Audio, episode number 57. In the intros, if you're watching via YouTube, that's By the Gods, okay? The homies in By the Gods. And if you're listening to it via stream, which I'll backlog all the streams that I haven't put them out. I don't know. I've been in a funk lately. It's been a very, very funky. But, of course, shout out to the sponsor. HeadKick USA provides top-notch gear to a bunch of fighters, man. A bunch of fighters and a couple leagues. He's got a couple shows coming up here pretty soon. Really stoked. He's really marching forward and giving this thing a go. So, very excited for my partner, HeadKick USA. And then, of course, if you see something new on the table, yes, we're back to alcoholic beverages, by the way. No, the homies in the Combat Sports podcast, Combat Sports with Rhino, Andrea. Yo, go give them a follow. Go give them a listen. Okay. Todd's very good, Dre's very good. They create a very, very, very fun show. They have fighters on all the time from across the pond, down under. Here in the States, it don't matter. You know, they go north, south, they don't give a shit. You know, they're like me. Except for he's got his own little bit where the gets to go 10 rounds with Rhino, and his questions are really fucking good, man. His interviews are very unique, and I really like listening to him, especially his Giannetti one. That was pretty good. Let's go ahead and get started. We got UFC 252, and then of course I'm recording the show Tuesday night, which was Dana White's Contender Series. So I'll go ahead and bring that one up as well. Let me see. The site that I use does not have it posted yet. Very interesting. So that's okay, because I know who the winners are. But we'll go ahead and UFC 252, Miocic. Oh, sorry, if you're listening to the podcast via stream, the intro is cutthroat gorgeous, okay? It's cutthroat gorgeous. Go give them a follow. They're very nice. UFC 252, Miocic versus Cormier 3. This is a trilogy of the heavyweight title, and this time it went the distance. -1 eye poke, not from the fighter you would think. It was a great fight. It was a really great fight. So I'll go ahead and start from the bottom and work my way up to the top. LFA veteran who just fought. Kai Kamaka III defeats Tony Kelly via unanimous decision. Both guys making their UFC debut. Both guys proven to be very tough individuals. But Kamaka uses his a little bit crisper striking to get the decision over Tony Kelly. I'm really stoked about this Kamaka kid, man. He looked very strong, and like I said, he just fought. Okay? And it's not like he murked Tony Kelly. I mean, they went the full 15 in non-stop action. This whole fight, from start to finish, non-stop. Both guys, this was a dope fight. So, this is the curtain jerker, your Fight Pass prelims, or it shows ESPN Plus, but I watch them on Fight Pass because I'm like that. Very stoked on this Kamaka kid. Chris Dawkins, his brother Kyle Dawkins, fights at middleweight. Well, Chris is a heavyweight. Excuse me, and he took on, I think CES, or I think he's a champ at one of those organizations, one of the ones on the eastern side of the country, like CES, ROC, something like that. I like Parker Porter. I think he's a very tough dog. But Chris Dawkins was just a little bit too long, and was able to get the TKO in round number 1. Still a fun heavyweight scrap, but through 4.5 minutes you could definitely tell that Dawkins was the better striker of the two. Not that, you know, Porter doesn't have good striking, but, you know, there's levels, and, you know, Dawkins' striking was just on another level, right? Okay, to open up your preliminary card on ESPN Plus, you had Lavina Souza taking on Ashley Yoder. I don't know about the decision though. I'm not saying like 30-27 though. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. When the judge threw out a 30-27, I was like, ooh. But, you know, hey, when you're on the ground, just because you're working submissions doesn't mean the judges give a shit. Now, I thought the fight was a lot closer, especially than a 30-27. That's just, get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I don't know. I have to go back and watch it without commentary, without any distractions, and, you know, just take a look for myself and see how I feel about these. Okay, I'll let you know. Danny Chavez defeating TJ Brown via unanimous decision. Yo, I picked TJ Brown. That's before I knew that he missed the weight. And he missed the weight by 0.5 pounds, which means he tried. He tried and just failed, right? There's guys that, you know, when they miss by a few pounds, somewhere along the way, they just fucking gave up, right? Do I look shorter? I did drop the seat a little bit. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, if I look shorter, that's why. I mean, I'm already fucking short, so what's a couple more inches? That's what she said. Anyways, well, Chavez comes in and just puts a whooping on TJ Brown. Leg kicks, had his leg fucking pretty much gone at the end of the first round. So he's basically on one fucking leg, but credit to TJ Brown, he did not give up. He did not stop trying to fucking, you know, win this fight. So all the credit in the world to him for his toughness, but I know it's the corona, bruv. I know it's the quarantines, right? But a little less chilling and a little more weight cutting, bro. Just a little bit, because you almost had it, right? But Chavez, man, I like this guy. This guy throws leg kicks and throws power for all 3 rounds. And he just fought not too long ago, defended a title, went 5 rounds. This guy, he's got the gas, okay? And Chavez, he's got the leg kicks, man. It looked like his kicks he was throwing like Barbosa or Aldo. Not like Gaethje. Gaethje throws a leg kick way different. Like, it's hard to explain. It's almost like there's no technique, but it's perfect technique when Gaethje throws a leg kick, right? Almost anything Gaethje throws. It's weird. Anyways, stoked to see that dude again. So hopefully real soon. Virna Jandiroba defeated Felice Herrig via armbar in round number 1. It was pretty quick. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Shot the fucking takedown, double leg, got her straight to the ground. You know, they're fucking around on the ground a little bit. Felice Herrig gives up an arm and she ends up tapping in the first round. That's it. Felice Herrig. I don't really have anything to say. I mean, I picked her to win that fight. I just didn't pick her to lose. Vince from Hell Pichel. All my picks sucked anyways. Jesus Christ. From Hell defeats Jim Miller via unanimous decision. Who'd have thought that Vince Pichel would outwork Miller on the ground? Yeah, crazy, right? Pichel used a very nice top controlling game to neutralize Miller. I think once he got him to the ground, I think it was at the end of round 1 or the end of round 2. Anyway, once he got him to the ground, he said, hey, this is my home. I don't know why I keep doing accents, sorry. But he's like, this is where I'm going to stay. He felt something there, and that's where he kept going. And ultimately, he got the W over Jim Miller, man. Jim Miller's been doing it a long fucking time. By the way, I fucking love Jim Miller. Dude gets a ton of respect from everybody, everywhere, all the time. I don't care how anybody else feels. I only care about how I feel. I like Jim Miller. Merab Dvalishvili, okay? I fucked up and accidentally called him Trash Village because I was talking too fast. I don't think he's trash, and I don't know what village he's from, okay? That has zero to do with what I think about the guy. It's just what happened, and I just kind of rolled with it all night, right? Well, finally, I think after Kamaka got me on the board here, because I picked Porter, I picked Yoder, I picked Brown, I picked Herrig, I picked Miller, right? Well, Merab got me back on the board for my second correct pick, and this one was This is what I predicted in full. I predicted a unanimous decision for Dvalishvili. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Okay? He out-cardioed the cardio guy, right? And the cardio guy that he out-cardioed, like, he just neutralized him. Like, he had nothing on the feet. He wasn't throwing at all. I'd be surprised if he threw more than 30 strikes the entire fight. I would be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just throwing out a fucking number. A low number, in my opinion. Right? That's 10 strikes a round. I mean, I guess that's still more than Adesanya and fucking... I love you! But anyway, no, Dvalishvili getting a win over John Dodson. John Dodson was a ranked guy, I think. He's like 13, 15, somewhere in there. Top 15 guy. Murad's on quite a roll, man. And I like this dude. I like this dude a lot, man. I like his fighting style. I like his theatrics. I like, you know, his fucking interviews. Dude's a fun cat. Trains with a fucking top-notch team. Yeah. I like this guy. Daniel Pineda taking me back off the board, right? Everybody's high on Herbert Burns, right? This is Gilbert Burns' younger brother. Comes in the UFC 2-0, 2 finishes, yada yada. Building up some pretty decent hype. And look, Pineda won this fucking fight. Fair and fucking square. Okay, but here's what everybody else thought. Pineda was just a body. They needed a body to come in and keep this Herbert Burns kid on track so they could build this kid up. Pineda's a respectable name. The dude only wins via finish. And if he loses, chances are he's getting finished, right? And he's an exciting fighter. Okay? And the UFC just... this is the way I feel anyway. They just needed a warm body for this kid. Say, hey, Pineda, you're not with that PFL shit no more. You're not with that Bellator shit no more. How about I sign you to fight this young up-and-comer? Pineda's gonna fuck... He'll fight Ngannou. I don't give a fuck. Or sorry, I do. I care about him and his life, right? But I don't think Pineda does. I think he would fight Ngannou on like 24 hours notice. Maybe even less. I don't know. I'd have to ask him. But, yeah. I think Herbert, you know, just wasn't expecting this from a gritty veteran like Pineda. Nobody was, really. If you look at the line, Pineda was a huge underdog. And he comes out and puts old boy in, I think, the crucifix or something like that, and just fucking, boom, laying down some fucking elbows and shit. It was nasty. But Herbert Burns will learn from this, and he'll also learn to not miss weight. But he missed bad. I think he missed by like 4 pounds. Again, Pineda ain't giving no shits. He'll still take it. Rosenstrike defeated Junior Dos Santos via TKO in round number 2. I predicted round number 1, and I think Junior Dos Santos is slowly finding out that maybe this isn't what he wants to do anymore. Since he became a dad, it seems like, well, and you know, his wars with Kane and fighting and, you know, get knocked out by Alistair. I think he fought Francis too. Let me see, because I think he did. But fighting these big, powerful fucking guys, man. No, look, his record is 21-8. He's a former champ. Okay, you can't say nothing. Yeah, he did fight Francis Ngannou. He's on a 3-fight skid now. He lost to Ngannou, Curtis Blades, and now Rosenstrike. His last win was over Derek Lewis. And before his current 3-fight skid, he was on a 3-fight win streak. Jesus. Blagoy, Tuivasa, and Lewis. So, I mean, shit. But anyway, he became a father, right? And he keeps talking about his kid, and maybe he's just realizing that, you know, hey, maybe I don't want to get punched in the fucking head anymore. Maybe I want to watch my kids grow up, because he's not exactly young. He's 36. Okay, now for a heavyweight, that's not that bad, right? Current champ right now, I think Miocic is 37. DC's 40, 41, somewhere in there. Heavyweights could go forever, man. But yeah, I just think that he's, hey, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Maybe I want to watch my kid grow up. So, hey, if that's what it is, then hey, it's okay. But if that is the reason, then just fucking retire. You don't need to be fucking taking brain damage to fucking make a paycheck. But Biggie Boy, man, that's my boy. And I rolled with the guy. I predicted round 1 KO again. And the reason why is the power. Now, we didn't get to see it against Francis Ngannou, and I will go and, tell you, hey, I predicted Biggie Boy was going to be the guy to stop Francis Ngannou. It was the exact opposite, and Biggie Boy got himself knocked out in like 13, 20 seconds, something like that. Some crazy fucking shit, right? But, okay, it's Francis Ngannou. So, I think I'll give him a pass. That's the fucking scariest dude in the world. I don't know. Next to Derek Lewis. Because if Derek Lewis is running at me and Francis Ngannou is running at me, I don't know who I'm running away from faster. Because they're both pretty slow. Like, they're big, but they're slow. But I just think I'm more terrified of Derek Lewis's face than I am of Francis Ngannou's face. Trust me, go watch his finish over fucking Olenek, right? And pause it when he's coming at him after that fucking jump knee. And make sure the camera's facing Derek Lewis straight on. You'll see. Fucking terrifying. Trust. Alright, so Biggie Boy defeats the former champ Junior Santos in round 2. You see it. I can't fucking talk tonight. That's because it's past my bedtime and I'm recording the show literally at the last possible minute before I can fucking upload it because it needs to be uploaded tomorrow morning. Anyway, also I'll be dropping that Giannis. We had issues, kids school, internets, yada yada. I don't need to fucking explain myself. It's just been really tough to get shit done as far as content goes. So the Giannis interview is, I think it's up. Oh, or if not, it'll be up by the time you're seeing this maybe. And you have this episode, and then I got an interview with Jacob Silva, Giannis' training partner, fights at the Contender Series, I believe, on the 25th. And then another interview fall through, but it's kind of partly both of our faults, and we'll keep pumping them out. Don't you fucking worry about it. In the co-main event, Marlon Chito Vera defeated Sean Sugar O'Malley via TKO and punches in round number 1. Now, there was only 20 seconds left in the round, but I think the story behind this fight is there was a lot of hype behind Sugar, and there was a lot of hype via himself. He was hyping himself up with Chito Vera. Now, look, there's a lot of guys out there that really believe that Chito Vera could beat O'Malley, and there's a lot of guys that are just riding the Sugar show, right? They're in it. They're on his nuts. Maybe they love sweets. I have no idea, right? But I can't. He hadn't proven himself, and just the way that he acts and stuff. That style is not really for me. The game bred and just that flashy look at me Conor McGregor shit. Like I just like the fights and the fighters, and then when they do some gangster shit, like you don't have to dress flashy and come up with one-liners. Like, look at what fucking Baez did tonight. Get the fuck up. We'll get to that, but that was fucking gangster. And I already like the chick, but yeah, big fan, right? But there was something wrong with the leg of O'Malley. He was trying to, throw some feints out and, wobbled his knee, it looked like. And then his foot doesn't want to cooperate, and so he probably fucking rolled or broke his ankle. I'm not really 100% sure. I haven't seen an article saying when it happened. Trust me, there will be a million people correcting me. Okay, maybe his foot was a balloon. I don't know. But he kept fighting, which is what you're supposed to do, right? Okay, and from what I remember and what my buddy pointed out was it stemmed from a kick. Marlon threw a kick on the fucking leg, and this is the same leg that he had problems with in the Sukumtov fight. There was a kick that landed, bang. Okay, then he's trying to throw some feints and the fucking leg's not cooperating. And then he's trying to fucking, you know, work his footwork, his fancy footwork, and then his fucking foot just like fucking does that thing. And fucking all kinds of nasty. So, I don't know. You could book a rematch and I wouldn't hate it just because there is the unknown. Like, did Cheeto Vera defeat Sean O'Malley? Or did Sean O'Malley's body defeat Sean O'Malley? But it sounds like the type of injury that's going on right here, my buddy was explaining, he's going to be out for a long time. My buddy's a former professional athlete, so I tend to believe him when he says that, you know, there's lots of things that are going wrong in that man's leg, and that he's probably going to be out for a year, maybe. So we don't know. MMA fighters, they heal up pretty quick, so we'll find out. I'm really not drinking this beer as much as I should be. Okay, and then your main event, Stipe Miocic defeated Daniel Cormier via unanimous decision, but of course there has to be at least one nutshot or eye poke. And by eye poke, I mean this deep, not first knuckle, second knuckle deep in the DC's eye. Ouch. Okay, I think I read somewhere that he had like a torn cornea or something. If that's even a real fucking word, I'm not a fucking biologist. I don't know the human body. I hope that made you laugh. Anyway, Miocic came out with a really good game plan, really good cardio, and fucking excellent hair. Excellent hair. I'm a sucker for hair, man. And I think his hair was great. I think DC's, he's bald. But you know who's got the best hair? Was Michael fucking Bisping. Michael Bisping had the best hair. The best hair. Okay? I'm trying to think. Yeah? Michael Chandler. His hair was alright. Let's see who else. Brian Stan, you know, when he was commentating, he had it all slick. That's good. But just, I don't know. I think Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping has the best hair in MMA. And I don't like the dudes with the long hair, and you can't say, oh, Brian Ortega. He's got the prettiest eyes in MMA next to Veronica Macedo, okay, or Macedo, however you say that, right? I'll give him that. Pretty eyes, it's got pretty eyes. That's why they call him fucking pretty eyes. But not into dudes with long hair. I'm not into dudes, just saying. But definitely when it comes to hair, you know, the nicest hair is the shorter hair with the slick back and the nice and this is starting to get weird, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. But yeah, it was a great fight. DC retires afterwards, and I think he's gonna stick to his retirement. I don't think that there's any fight that they could pull him out for. I think even the spiciness of John Jones moving up to heavyweight, I don't think that's enough. Right now, DC's sitting on a 2-fight losing streak, and I don't think he wants to end his career on a 3-fight losing streak. Even if he gets a chance to fight John Jones at heavyweight. I don't know why you would want to fight John Jones at heavyweight when he beat you at light heavyweight twice, which I understand you have to make the cut and you have to train your body, yada yada. Well, so does Jones. He recently vacated his title, and it looks like he's going to move up to heavyweight, which could fuck things up for Francis Ngannou. So I'm hoping John Jones takes a little while to get used to his big boy body, and Stipe can go ahead and rematch Ngannou, and then the winner of that fight can fight John Jones when he's all good and ready to go. Now, am I happy that John Jones is moving up to heavyweight? Fuck no. I'm just not. I thought there was still business at light heavyweight, but who the fuck am I? I'm not his fucking manager. I'm not his brother. I'm not his doctor. I'm not his dog. Right? I'm none of those people. I'm just a dude over here. Okay? But Stipe says he's open to whatever. He says he's open to whatever. Francis Ngannou, John Jones, fucking King Kong, don't matter. He'll fucking take him on. Now, again, DC, I don't really know what happened. I think 48-47 was probably the better call. I think 48-47 was probably the better call rather than 49-46. I felt DC won at least 2 rounds there. But yeah, it just wasn't as competitive as the second fight, because in the second fight, Stipe made some adjustments and was able to come back, right? As to where DC really didn't make any adjustments and was just kind of a step behind Miocic. You know what I mean? Especially in the later rounds, which is where Miocic tends to thrive, right? It seems like his cardio gets better with age too. But yeah, super stoked for Miocic and Still. So we'll go ahead and move on from there because I'm slowly running out of time. Dana White's Contender Series. This is, they call it 29, but I think it was like week 3 or something like that. Of course, it took place at the UFC Apex. To open up the card, you had Kenneth Cross defeat Kevin Seiler via unanimous decision. Chad Johnson succumbing to a first-round knockout to Josh Parisian. The Kusi brothers, Louis and Orion Kusi, I don't know why I said Orion, sorry. Orion and Louis Kusi, and if I'm saying that wrong, my bad, it's past my bedtime. But they defeated their opponents, Victor Reina and Matt Dixon. Okay, and then Cheyenne defeated Hillary Rose via unanimous decision. Orion getting the 3rd round TKO over Matt Dixon, and Luis Cusi defeating Victor Reina in the 1st round. Now, contracts were awarded to the Cusi brothers, Parisian and Bays. Josh Parisian, he fought on the first or second season. Dana White gave him a developmental deal via Tough, so he was on the Ultimate Fighter, the heavyweights, and he didn't make it through there. So he went back to the regional scene, and I think he won like 5 fights straight. Comes back to the Contender Series, and of course, just dispatches of a very small. The guy was huge, right? But he was a smaller heavyweight. He was only like 215 pounds, 214 pounds, something like that. Cut a couple pounds and go to light heavyweight, bro. He's got like a fucking 81-inch reach. That is a fucking big bird, dude. And I'm not talking about the big yellow motherfucker with the weird eyes, okay? So yeah, you probably think light heavyweight's in his future, but Parisian definitely deserved the contract. I thought if you're gonna beat my boy Greg Rebello, that's a fucking seasoned ass motherfucker, dude. Greg Rebello's about as good as you get, never fighting in the UFC. Okay, Fedor, right? You gotta, but that's not, you get my point. You get my point. But he made it in this time, and fucking glad that Dana White decided to take him in. And then the Kusi brothers, right? So Orion, at the end of the 2nd round, they stop fighting and they touch gloves like 2 seconds before the fucking round ends, and they start walking back to their corners. You still had a couple seconds. You could have smashed, right? Not that kind of smash. But anyways, Orion's down. Probably the 2nd round was pretty close. The 1st round was definitely Matt Dixon's, and at least through a judge's eyes, right? Because I try to think like a judge, which means I don't have no brains. But he comes out in the 3rd, gets old boy in a fucking crucifix position and just bang, 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 and that's all she wrote. So Kusi gets the his contract via 3rd round TKO, and then Lewis defeats his guy in the 1st round. I think it was, I don't know, a minute, something like that. I was eating dinner while it was going on because my wife brought home some pies. Right? I had the 3 dips, and I took 1 piece of chicken and I dipped it in each one of the 3. On different parts, so I'm not mixing the dips because I can't have the dips touching each other. And then I ate it, and it wasn't bad. So I had the red one, the mustard one, and the ranch one. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, it's pretty good. Anyways, and then Cheyenne Bays, she's fighting this girl, and they go to the ground, or she hits her and she falls to the ground, and Cheyenne doesn't want her to be on the. She doesn't want to go to the ground, and she says, "Get the fuck up!" Ooh, sorry. She apologizes after telling this girl to get the fuck up. No, do not apologize. That was fucking gangster. Okay, that was gangster. And then, like at the end of the second round, she's like, "Oh, I can't throw headbutts." No, you can't throw headbutts. But thank you for reminding yourself so you don't get DQ'd. Right? Like, she just wants to fuck somebody up. I'm down to watch this chick fight whenever because I don't know, man. Like, that's entertaining to me. And that's genuine, right? Get the fuck up. Oh, sorry. You know what I mean? In the middle of a fight, you don't got nothing to be sorry about. She went back there, fucking, I don't know if she verbally assaulted Dana White, but Dana White ended up giving up his phone. And then when White's giving out the contracts, he says, "Get the fuck over here." Right? So, right on, sister. So you got some LFA veterans, some, I think Parisian, Bob or ROC. Maybe ZS too, I'm not 100% sure. But, yeah, super dope. I love Dana White's Contender Series. It gives me something to do on Tuesday nights rather than nothing on Tuesday night. Well, I hang out with my family and stuff, but we still hung out, ate dinner together. And then I came in here and fucking, talked to you guys. So, that's going to be the end of episode 57. Again, check out the sponsors, HK USA, super tight stuff. Go check out my boy right here, Combat Sports with Rhino. All of his guests go 10 rounds with Rhino, and it's top-notch fucking shit right there. Top-notch. Anything I fucking get involved with is top-notch anyway. And it turns out your boy's probably going to be back on radio, probably Fridays in the afternoons. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. I got nothing else for you. So until next time, HeadKick Audio